Number 5, as soon as we see this, there's a number out in front of x squared. That means, hey, we're probably factoring out somebody for what you and I are doing. So yeah, they have a 3 that can factor out. 3, 18, 24, all can be divided by 3. So I'll factor a 3 out. Leaves an x squared here. 3 times what's 18? That's going to be a 6x. And then 3 times 8 gives me 24. So now x squared plus 6x plus 8 is all we have to break down. That's a lot easier than the numbers above. So what are the things that could have multiplied together to give us that 8 on the back side there? 1 times 4? No. 1 times 8. 2 and 4. Yeah, that was a mistake. My mind slipped. Sorry. We need to make them create a 6 in the middle. That's going to be my 2 and 4. These would create a 9 in the middle. These create a 6. So we want the 2 and 4. So 3's out here. And this trinomial breaks down to an x plus 2 times an x plus 4. All right, we have a 24 here. There's nothing out front, so we don't have to factor out a greatest common factor. 1 times 24 gives you 24. 2 times 12. 3 times 8. 4 times 6. Wow. And there's nothing left between 4 and 6. There's 5, but that doesn't do anything. So now it's addition. So either both pieces are positive or both are negative. Well, since that says, hey, you end up when you put them together, you get a negative, that means both pieces had to be negative. These would create a negative 25. That's not what I want. These would create a negative 14, which is what I want. So I know it's the 2 and the 12. It'll be an x minus 2, x minus 12. And notice the x times x is x squared. Negative 2, negative 12 gives you 24. Inners are negative 2x, outers are negative 12x. That gives you your middle piece when you put them together, negative 14x. Ooh, a 16. Factors of 16. 1 times 16, 2 times 8, 4 times 4. Now, I don't want any x's. Now, it is a negative 16, so 1 is positive, 1 is negative. So we sort of got to subtract these, find the difference, because one of them is negative, so you're sort of subtracting it. These would have a difference of 15. I can create a plus 15x or a minus 15x. Difference here is 6. I can create a plus 6x or minus 6x. Difference here is 0. You don't end up with any x's, which is our case. So that tells me it's an x take away 4, x add a 4. And notice that when you do the inner and the outers, you would have negative 4x plus 4x, which goes away. That is called a difference of squares. Okay? When you don't have a center term, they go away because you've multiplied something like a 4 and a negative 4 or a 5 and a negative 5, a 7 and a negative 7. That's what happens. All right, next problem. Let's look at Mr. 40. 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 3 times nothing, 4 times 10, 5 times 8, 6 times 7. We're done. It's a plus 40, so either both are positive or both are negative. But since that says, hey, when you put them together, you're going to get a negative 22, that tells me both pieces are negative. This would create a negative 41x, a negative 22x, a negative 14x. Oh, stop, Cecil, because you already have your answer right there. So it's an x minus 2 times an x minus 20. That's what that trinomial factors down into, the product of those two binomials.